Okay. I was sending you a video if you're interested. I kind of got something out of it. I'm not a fan of Lex Friedman. He does a podcast. Nothing against the guy personally or anything like that. It's just he puts me to sleep. His voice, his tone, his monotone thing. And he's typically, I think, he's an intellectual. I think he's a genius. They do a lot of thinking. What is truth and all this kind of just. Dude, get out and build something. I just can't. I can't. To me, it's just a way. It's what do they call it, navel gazing or something like that. I'm sure he's a good guy, but some of the topics they cover just puts me to sleep. Thinkers and doers. Okay. He has a, I think it's a clip. It's RFK Jr., who is God. RFK Jr., the guy who's going to try to run for president. And I'll say something about him too. At 9 minutes and 40 seconds in this interview, he talks about something that he calls surrender. I'll just call it being in a state of surrender. And I believe he's a Catholic. Kind of strange too is all these influencers and all these people who are kind of recently promoting Christianity, they're almost all Catholics who come from Catholicism. I know a lot of great people that are Catholics. But I do not believe in Catholicism, but I know some great Catholics. A handful that actually do what they're preaching. Anyhow, at RFK Jr., who is God, at 9 minutes and 40 seconds, he goes into about a 5-minute thing about what he does. And his was about addiction. He's trying to fight addiction. And so he knew if he had this, kind of God on his side, he could help him fight addiction. He said he's done this ever since he was a kid, once he got sober. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you that this is the way it is or something or whatever. But it's just an interesting idea when he talks about surrender, being in a state of surrender, as though God were watching him all the time. And it makes a lot of sense. Enough on that. Another interesting thing, this Kennedy, if you've paid attention at all, and I try not to, I don't want to get involved in the whole election thing. But where Donald Trump appealed to my reaction to what was going on at the time in the world, 2016, and it was, Donald Trump is just what I was looking for. It was the not that he was going to cure the screwed up government system we had or something like that, but it was my way of hitting back. So I think, like many people, we were sick and tired of being ignored, overlooked, and subject to a double standard. He comes along, says the right things. It's like, okay, that's my guy. And when people say, oh, this guy and his mean tweets is what I was looking for. That's what I needed at the time. So I had no problem supporting him at that point. Now I think what's happening, and the way it's playing out, I could be wrong, this is just speculation. This Kennedy is doing the same thing, but for a different need. He wants to take action. He's talking about things that are morally correct. But he's still a liberal. He's still a Democrat. Which is why I would never vote for him. I don't vote the man. I don't vote the man if he's connected to the system. This guy's very connected to the system. That's just a criticism. But I think now I think more people right now want to hear the type of thing that Kennedy is talking about. And a lot of people would be turned off once Trump starts heavier campaigning. I believe a lot of people that aren't just hardcore, there will be people that want to hear what Trump has to say as well. It will fit that need, what they need to hear. But I got a feeling more people are going to be needing the Kennedy bit. But I don't know if his party will ever allow him, unless he runs as an independent. Then I think you have a Ross Perot kind of thing. I don't know what's going to happen there. I will still vote, and I will vote for selfish reasons. I'll vote for Donald Trump because I want to see the revenge tour. But just interesting how Trump was what I needed to manifest whatever I was thinking. But I think a lot of people now need what this Kennedy is promoting or saying. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. So I think he has a pretty good chance. If not, like I said, his system will probably screw him over if he stays on the Democrat side, because he's bucking the bureaucracy. Seems like a nice guy, but once again, politician from the left. Not that the ones on the right are doing any better. I would never vote for someone who's a current part of the Democratic Party or whatever. But let's say I have no party to go to. It's not like I can go to the Republican and think, well, they're gonna fix everything, because they're not. But people want to hear something. Trump gave that to me in 2016. I think Kennedy is doing that now in 2023. He's saying things that a lot of people want to hear, and I think it's going to be a greater number of people want to hear that than anyone else has to say. That's just my speculation. I don't want to see him as president. I don't want to see any of these people as president. Trump, I say I want the revenge tour just for that purpose. Anybody else, I don't want any. I say they should quit the position, send everybody home, and without any authoritarian thing whatsoever, we'll probably do a heck of a lot better. Anyhow, check out that video. It's Lex Friedman, RFK, Who is God? 9 minutes, 40 seconds. Pretty interesting. State of surrender, as though God were watching you all the time. And that's it. Love you. God bless.